On a sunny Italian morning in 1962, a red sports car was speeding through the streets of Maranello. The man behind the wheel was furious. The car's clutch had failed yet again, and who knows for medieval how many times. This man was Ferruccio Lamborghini, one of Italy's most successful businessmen. He had amassed a huge fortune by collecting military vehicles left over from World War II and transforming them into magnificent tractors. He had money, he had power, and he was an absolute speed enthusiast. The most luxurious cars of the era sat in his garage, but his favorite was the undisputed #1 of the time, the Ferrari 250 GT. However, there was a problem. This luxury sports car was constantly breaking down, leaving Ferruccio stranded. On top of that, he was paying exorbitant bills every time he went in for repairs. One day, Ferruccio had finally had enough. He gathered the mechanics at his own factory and had them open up the Ferrari. What he saw shocked him. The clutch of the car he had paid millions for was actually the exact same ordinary, cheap clutch he used in his own manufactured tractors. Ferruccio decided to knock directly on the door of the man in charge, Enzo Ferrari, who was considered the god of the global automotive industry. Little did he know, this meeting would trigger the greatest revenge war in history. Enzo Ferrari was a difficult man. He was arrogant, cared about nothing outside the racetracks, and viewed the wealthy people buying his cars merely as customers funding his racing team. Ferruccio Lamborghini entered Enzo's office and spoke in a "Mr. Ferrari, your cars are great. However, your clutch constantly breaks, and the part inside is the exact same one I use in my tractors. You need to find a solution to this." Enzo Ferrari leaned back in his chair. He looked the man up and down, appeared on his face, and he uttered those that would change the course of history. "Ferruccio, you're just an ordinary tractor manufacturer. You could never drive a Ferrari properly. The problem isn't the car, it's you. Go back to driving your tractor and leave building sports cars to the experts whose actual job is cars." The air in that room instantly turned to ice. Ferruccio Lamborghini had never experienced such humiliation in his life. With his hands, he left the room. But that moment was not a moment for him to cry and retreat into a corner. Enzo Ferrari had messed with the wrong man. As Ferruccio got into his car, he made a vow to himself. "I will show you what a tractor manufacturer can do. I will build such a car that it will make your arrogant Ferraris weep on the roads." Ferruccio Lamborghini got straight to work. He purchased a massive plot of land in the Sant'Agata region of Italy and built a state-of-the-art factory. His anger toward Enzo Ferrari was so immense that he lured away Ferrari's most talented engineers, even Giotto Bizzarini, the man who designed Ferrari's legendary V12 engine, by offering them exceptionally high salaries. He gave his engineers only one instruction: "I don't want a race car from you. I want the most flawless, fastest, and most comfortable sports car in the world. You will fix every single mistake that Ferrari made." Day and night, non-stop work began in the factory. Ferruccio's zodiac sign was Taurus, so as a symbol of power, he placed a fierce bull preparing to charge as his brand's logo. This bull was a direct challenge to Ferrari's prancing horse. And just a few months later, at the 1963 Turin Motor Show, the curtain was lifted. Standing before them was the Lamborghini 350 GTV. With its flawless lines, a massive V12 engine, reaching speeds of 280 kilometers per hour, and most importantly, a clutch that never broke, the car was a masterpiece. The exhibition hall was ecstatic. Everyone was stunned. A tractor manufacturer had brought a total monster to face Ferrari. Lamborghini's success was no temporary fad. A few years later, the Lamborghini Miura model absolutely captivated the world with its design and became the very first vehicle to introduce the concept of the supercar to automotive history. The tractor manufacturer Enzo Ferrari had looked down upon, had become Ferrari's biggest, fiercest, and most lethal rival in just a few short years. The wealthy, the famous, and Hollywood stars were now lining up not just for a Ferrari, but to have a Lamborghini Bull in their garages. Today, those million-dollar, futuristically designed Lamborghini Aventadors, Huracans, or Uruses we see on the streets are not the product of a billion-dollar budget, but rather the work of a massive fire of revenge in a single man's heart. Ferruccio Lamborghini proved to the world what a tractor manufacturer could achieve. If Enzo Ferrari hadn't let his arrogance get the best of him and said those insulting words that day, perhaps a supercar brand named Lamborghini would never have existed today. This story teaches us that sometimes the biggest insult directed at you can become the most powerful fuel for the greatest victory you will ever achieve in your life.